Have you ever noticed how the very act of observing something seems to change it? Think about it. The moment you become aware of your own breath, it instinctively slows down. When you pay attention to your posture, you straighten up. Your scattered thoughts even start to organize themselves when you consciously examine them. This leads to a fascinating question. Does our awareness truly change reality itself, or does it only change our experience of that reality? Let's dive into the world of physics first. There's a concept called the observer effect, which suggests that the act of measuring or observing a system can fundamentally influence its outcome. It's like the universe knows it's being watched. But this isn't just some abstract idea from a science textbook. It has real-world parallels in our own minds. In psychology and neuroscience, we see a similar phenomenon. Awareness profoundly changes how our brains process information. When you intentionally direct your attention towards something, whether it's an object, a sound, or an internal feeling, your prefrontal cortex springs into action. This is the command center of your brain, responsible for executive functions. It gets busy modulating the sensory information coming in from a relay station called the thalamus. At the same time, it dials down the emotional knee-jerk reactions from your amygdala, the brain's alarm system. What's the result of all this neurological activity? Your perception of the world is altered. The way you make decisions shifts. Your behavioral responses become more deliberate and less automatic. It's a complete internal overhaul, all sparked by the simple act of paying attention. So, does awareness change the external world? Not always. The chair you sitting on won't transform into a unicorn just because you looking at it. But awareness absolutely reshapes your internal reality. And this is where things get really powerful. Consider physical pain. When you observe the sensation of pain without judgment, just noticing its qualities, it often feels different, less overwhelming, more manageable. The same goes for emotions. When you can put a name to what you're feeling, say, I am feeling angry, the intensity of that anger often subsides. It loses its grip on you. Thoughts, too, especially the nagging, repetitive ones, tend to weaken when you simply witness them float by without getting caught up in their story. This is the very principle behind practices like mindfulness and the work done in therapy. The act of observation creates what psychologists call cognitive distance. It puts a little bit of space between you and your automatic reactions. Instead of being swept away by a wave of emotion, you can stand on the shore and watch it. This distance gives you room to breathe, to think, and to choose your response. It increases your psychological flexibility, freeing you from old, unhelpful patterns. So, while awareness might not magically alter the fabric of the universe around you, it fundamentally changes how that universe affects you. It transforms your relationship with your own thoughts, feelings, and sensations. And in the end, isn't that the most powerful and meaningful change of all? By observing your inner world clearly, you empower yourself to respond to the outer world more wisely. When you observe clearly, you no longer react blindly. Thanks for watching, and if this sparked something in you, consider subscribing for more food for thought.